Not all video game bosses are created equal. Some are so unintimidating they shouldn't have bothered turning up. Poor Rick, just one day from retirement. At the other end of the spectrum, there are the terrifying boss encounters that gave us nightmares and tormented our souls long after the credits rolled. They were that scary. Oh, steady your nerves and prepare for these truly horrifying bosses that still keep us awake at night. And beware spoilers for the following.
The lovable PJ
Pug-a-Pillar
will follow you. If PJ reaches you, your test is over. That's all. Good luck.
Hello. Cool. Ready up.
If you've never experienced Poppy playtime, then yay! Good for you. I bet you've been sleeping like a log. In this horror puzzler, you have to navigate an abandoned factory full of vengeful toys, all of which want to rip the stuffing out of you. Imagine if Woody and Buzz were homicidal maniacs, and you're along the right lines.
No, oh my god, let me out! Let me out! Let me out!
And if we described one of the scariest denizens to you right now, you'd probably think it sounded pretty harmless. A fluffy hybrid of a dog and a caterpillar with a long body of woolly segments and a big lolling tongue. And yet...
That was the face of someone who knew they were about to pay for that.
That's a note from me. Yeah, PJ Pug-a-Pillar is absolutely horrendous, and his boss area has a similar vibe to Red Light, Green Light off of Squid Game. You have to reach the end of an obstacle course, but you can only move when it's dark.
Go. Stop. Red light.
Move when the lights are on, and PJ will instantly slaughter you.
What? Oh no.
I stopped! The unsettling twist, however, is that PJ is always stalking you, regardless of whether the lights are on or off.
Why does he get to move when the music stops?
I know,
That's not fair.
that's cheating.
He's cheating, game.
If PJ reaches you, it's game over, so your only choice is to keep plodding along looking for a way to escape before he eventually catches up.
Oh, he's right there.
And I defy you not to have a nervous breakdown when you can hear the fast approaching skittering of his many feet, but cannot move a muscle. Oh, and by the way, he gets faster every time you fail, because we can't have nice things. This game has shaved years off my life.
We've all had that one anxiety dream where we're back at school sitting an exam we haven't studied for, in our underwear. Now imagine how much scarier that scenario would be if you were 12 inches tall and your teacher was a monstrous giant who could stretch her unsettlingly long neck into vents to hunt down disobedient pupils. The only plus side is, you're not in your underwear. Thankfully, Mono and Six from Little Nightmares 2 get to face their ordeal with clothes on, but I think we'd all take a bit of semi-nude embarrassment over coming face to face with the abhorrent human-giraffe mashup known as the Teacher. The creaking sound of the teacher's neck unfurling will make you want to curl up and weep, as will the pig-like squeal she emits when she finally claps her eyes on you trying to skip class. I was just going to the toilet, I swear! In classic Little Nightmares fashion, there's no way to face her in a head-on boss fight. You'll need to sneak around, dart for cover if you make a noise in her presence, and use her eerie piano melodies to smother the thumps and bumps of your escape. just pray that if she does catch you, you've covered your eyes quick enough not to witness this. Another one for describing in therapy.
I'm sorry, kiddo. The hag tricked me.
Alan Wake 2 is a much scarier game than its predecessor, and the reason for approximately 75% of my grey hairs. In fact, I'm willing to bet that in this scene, where FBI agent Saga Anderson first meets Cynthia Weaver, you'll be able to pinpoint the exact moment when my soul left my body.
This will put a smile back on your face, my dear.
Sorry?
Yep, you got it. Cynthia is an elderly resident of Bright Falls who once played a crucial role in protecting the town from the Dark Presence, until she tragically began to be corrupted by it herself, transforming from a gentle, eccentric old lady into a frightful vessel of evil. Not only is the corrupted Cynthia herself absolutely blood-curdling to behold, her chapter of the game is also the most rich in jump scares, featuring a deserted hospital and an incredibly claustrophobic basement.
Shit.
Before you even reach what is arguably one of the hardest boss fights in all of Alan Wake 2, you'll also need to wade through a flooded area searching for a generator, which becomes one unsettling game of the floor is lava, but worse.
She's under the water.
Finally managing to bring Cynthia down fills your racing heart with a tremendous sense of relief. But don't expect to get this ordeal out of your head anytime soon unless, oh good, here's good guy Alan Wake. Now I'm safe forever. Oh no, now he's scary too. Serves me right for letting my guard down, even for a second. Thank you for the lesson, Alan Wake 2.
Where am I? What the hell?
Rise and shine, sleepyhead. It's time for supper.
No one does home cooking quite like Marguerite Baker. This terrifying matriarch ruined our appetites and our regular sleeping pattern from the moment we arrived at her kitchen table in Resident Evil 7.
He's not eating it, Jack! He's not eating it!
Shut the hell up, Marguerite!
For him!
When she's not trying to feed her guests abhorrent cuisine, she's stalking them around the property, telling them how ungrateful they are, screaming obscenities and vomiting up creepy crawlies all over the carpet. Worst Airbnb ever. Tragically, the Bakers were once a normal Louisiana family who, after being infected by a bioweapon known as Evelyn, were morphed into deranged cannibalistic monsters.
Oh, now with me, we're gonna settle this!
We could easily have filled this entire list with nightmare fuel from the Resident Evil series, but there's something extra sinister about Ma Baker. Maybe it's her cracked face and warped smile in the eerie glow of that lantern.
Or is it that you just don't care?
Or maybe it's how brutally she scares the shit out of you when she catches you.
Get back to your room right now!
Or maybe it's that during her boss fight, she transforms into a human spider with an ass cocoon that spits out mosquitoes and crawls all over the ceiling. That is definitely that.
Anyone who played The Last of Us Part 1 will know that the mushroom-faced clickers are not fun guys, no matter what Ellen tells you.
It's a good pun.
Just when we'd stopped cowering in fear from those crusty-faced goons, we got a warm introduction to their chonkier cousins, the bloaters. So when we made it to The Last of Us sequel, with wits barely intact, many of us naively presumed we'd seen the worst of the infected world. How wrong we were. Anyone unlucky enough to have made it down to the basement of the Seattle hospital in The Last of Us Part 2 will attest that Neil Druckmann was so not done with giving us sleepless nights. Oh, you were frightened of the clickers? Well, hold my beer, said Naughty Dog as they cooked up the Rat King, a petrifying superorganism of fused together infected that looks like the most disgusting mass of tangled corpses you've ever seen. Exactly. This extra intense boss fight is a game of cat and mouse in which you'll need to kite the grisly abomination around a series of rooms in search of ammo, always staying one step ahead while you take it apart piece by gruesome piece. Don't let it get too close, or yours will be the next set of limbs to join the fleshy mosh pit. Games are fun.
You're probably wondering how anything that calls itself Flowey can inspire paralysing fear into the hearts of brave gamers around the world. You first encounter Flowey at the very start of Undertale, where he humbly agrees to teach you how the game's combat works, presenting himself as a sweet-natured little helper before suddenly breaking character and trying to murder you. Thankfully, your human protagonist is saved by the motherly Toriel, but from then on, Flowey the unhinged Daisy is ever present in the game, taunting you, commenting on your moral choices, and generally obliterating the fourth wall. But that wall is there for our protection! Perhaps most chillingly, if you choose to kill your saviour Toriel and then regretfully reload your save, Flowey totally knows what you did and proceeds to torment you over it. After your final confrontation with Asgore, the king of monsters, Flowey appears and crashes the game, which then reloads with a creepy corrupted title sequence and a mysterious new save file which you definitely didn't create. Unless your name is Flowey, in which case you must have had a hard time getting a gift shop magnet with your name on it. On the PC version of Undertale, the window name even changes to Floweytail, and with the game outright refusing to restart, you're forced to play along with whatever the psychotic Bloom had created. And most terrifyingly of all, he's wiped your old save file, so there's literally no escape. Yep, Flowey is, at least in the majority of playthroughs, the final boss of Undertale. I would attempt to describe his disturbing final form, but I literally can't. Just, here it is. Look, if I had to see it, you have to see it. We're in this together.
Although it's not a horror game, Elden Ring has some pretty horrifying bosses. There's Astel, an insectoid monstrosity that crushes you in its pincer jaws. Godric the Grafted, a grotesque mass of limbs who pops a severed dragon's head on his arm mid-fight. And of course Rykard, Lord of Blasphemy, who starts out as a serpent and then, well... I just wasn't expecting the face. But nothing gave us more creeps than Metyr, Mother of Fingers from the Shadow of the Erdtree DLC. Remember the finger creepers? You know, those things that are basically tarantulas made out of human flesh? Ah yes, I remember them fondly. Well, this is the mother of them all. In a truly stomach-turning boss fight where you don't want to be too up close because, well, there'll be details. But on the other hand, seeing her splay out her writhing limbs from afar is also very upsetting. Oh, that's not right. That's not right at all. If you thought that was as bad as it gets, think again, because not only does Metyr summon those finger creeper jerks, but every now and then she'll tear open her chest, and I can't believe I'm about to say this, unleash a spray of tiny fingers. No, that's it. I'm out of here. Finish this video without me.
Well, those are some of the scariest bosses that you come across in video games. But I'll tell you who isn't a scary boss, Jane. Thanks for joining me on this video, Jane. You're a cool boss. And you can watch more videos of Jane over on Outside Xbox. But if you want to see more videos here, we've got Outside Extra videos here. Go see that one. And if you want to support us further, you can join the OX Club on Patreon and join us on the Discord and have a chat with us there. In the meantime, take care. Don't be too scared of all the horrible things that we've just shown you.